How's it going, everybody? Hope everybody is doing good. Today, we're going to continue our story of Blossoms Bloom Brightest. We're at day 8 in the morning. As we found out in last episode, Erica's going to talk to Kodoha first about what's going on. So let's get into the adventure, the story, the excitement. God, what was I thinking yesterday? Thank God I slept on it first. I have to tell both of them at the same time. I can't risk Sarah reacting badly to being told last, and I need to come clean about everything. I don't want to feel guilty any longer. She threw on her clothes haphazardly and headed towards the door. Erica fiddled around with the central control panel. Shortly after, the microphone activated.
Hello.
Good morning. I hope the two of you are awake already. If you weren't, I apologize. I have an important announcement to make. Please meet me in the lounge as soon as you're dressed. Thank you. After turning off the machine, Erica sighed. That was stressful. I thought I was going to hurl. Then again, I suppose that's just a testament to the fact that I've left my comfort zone for the first time.
My thanks.
Thanks for coming so quickly. Day 8. 8 days and they're still wearing the same clothes. Didn't they bring any luggage on this trip? Well, thanks for coming so quickly.
No, thank you.
Not like we had much of a choice.
Ew!
Hey, weren't you going to cut down on the snark? Just being honest. It's alright. Don't worry about it. So, what are we here for anyway? Is there another malfunction somewhere? Are we going to suffocate to death? Oh my God. Kodoa, please, calm down. That is not the case. Huh. I have to be honest. Originally, I was planning to tell Kodoa this first, and then the two of us would have told you later on, sir. But after I thought about it a bit longer, I realized how unfair it would have been. At least you figured it out beforehand. Thanks for your honesty.
Yes.
Indeed. As I was saying, I have an announcement. As of yesterday, we lost connection with the ESC, the Earth Survival Committee. They are, of course, the organization behind this flight and both of your kidnappings. Kodoa and Sarah both grew visibly tense. As you no doubt already know, Earth's resources are depleting quickly. In fact, the planet is expected to become uninhabitable within the next 2 centuries. The ESC was founded about 1,000 years ago. Holy crap. In response to the upcoming catastrophe. It's, for all intents and purposes, a worldwide collaboration between all countries. Despite that, it has been kept a secret. For these past 1,000 years, they've worked with scientists and various organizations to find a way for humanity to survive. It didn't take long before they gave up hopes of us remaining on Earth. At that point, they began trying to genetically modify humans, make them durable enough to survive harsher conditions.
Huh?
What? What?
Huh?
Oh, where are you going with this? However, they found that only women could properly adapt to the strain that genetic alterations put on their emotional processing. Oh, only women could properly adapt. See, in our society, that would be considered profiling. In the end, however, they accepted that as a success of its own, and they went on to spend many generations improving these women. The code name for these genetically altered women, by the way, is Blossom. So, if only the women can be genetically altered, there's no future for man, men. So, will they just die out, or how are they gonna reproduce? The same as the name of the ship.
Indeed.
Correct. And every crew member of the ship is a blossom.
Huh?
What? So we aren't humans in the regular sense. I- Is that right? If you were to hold a survey, I suspect that would be the majority's opinion. Yes. We're more like an offshoot of humans, albeit an artificial one. I knew there was something wrong when Kodoha didn't burn herself. Still, you mentioned a mission several times in the past. What is the ESC's plan for us? Right. The main mission of the ship Blossom is to determine whether or not humanity can find other habitable planets if they traveled if they travel far enough into space. I was previously unable to disclose any of this information because, to be frank, they were simultaneously running several experiments on us, several of which strictly required the non disclosure of any key information. If I had said anything, we all would have been killed instantly, and all missions and experiments would have been marked as failures.
Why is this happening?
Damn! It's so hard to believe.
Yes.
It goes without saying that we cannot turn back either. We will be killed if we so much as try it. It is with a heavy heart that I must inform the both of you that you are unable to meet with anyone you knew back on Earth. Huh. So much for your fiancée there, Sarah. Sarah, I'm sorry. Sorry. You will never see your fiancé again. Sarah's eyes welled up with tears, though she tried to hide it. I'm going back to my room for a while. Take your time. The doctor left the room without hesitation. Wow. I can't believe it. Um, you mentioned genetic modifications. Is that the reason I'm so heat resistant? Yes, that is correct. Hmm. Sarah didn't seem to be like me, though. She was worried that I'd get hurt. Are there different types of blossoms? There are, yes. Your type is called the desert bloom. They can absorb heat at a rate that far surpasses a normal human. They can even survive small fires. What about you and Sarah? And how many different types are there?
It can't be.
I don't mind telling you more later. For now, could you wait a little bit longer? I'm sorry, it's just hard to talk about like this. I feel tired somehow.
That's right.
Oh, of course, no problem, Cap. Thank you for telling us. You could have went on without ever saying anything. Instead, you told us as soon as you could. I always knew I could trust you. Thank you, Koroa. I'm glad you feel that way. Truly, I am. I was worried that you'd both hate me. I, I don't think I could ever hate you. Hey, why don't we grab something to eat? I'm super hungry. I won't bug you to tell me any more today. You promise? All right. Was it good?
You're the real MVP.
Yep, as usual, thank you. You're welcome. It's no problem at all. Koroa paused for a second before she rested a hand on her chin. Something on your mind? Oh, sorry. I was just thinking about what you said earlier. Didn't mean to bring it up. Don't worry about it. Well, it's not cake, but I did prepare some dessert. Would you like some? Oh, dessert after breakfast? You bet your ass I do. Wait, what is it if it's not cake? It's a mixed fruit sorbet. Fancy. I'll take it. Is it just me, or was she having second thoughts when she realized it wasn't cake? Well, whatever. That certainly was exhausting. Still, I'm so glad they took it as well as they did. That's all messed up. I'm so glad they took as it well as they did. Should be they took it as well as they did. I'm sure Sarah will need some time to herself for a while, but this is still definitely the best case scenario. Kodoa didn't seem particularly affected at all. However, I am a bit curious about that. Well, if she wants me to know how she's feeling, she'll tell me herself. Erica dropped on the bed. It wouldn't hurt to take a nap. I don't mind skipping a meal if it cures my tiredness. An unexpected knock on Erica's door nearly caused her to jump.
Hello.
Come in.
What's going on?
Hey, Captain. Oh, were you about to go to sleep? I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was, but there's no need to worry. Do you need something? By the way, I meant to mention it earlier, but you needn't call me Captain anymore. As soon as we lost contact with the ESC, our ranks were abolished. True. Well, if it bothers you, I'll try to stop. I don't mind. I want you to call me by my name. Call me by my name. To Erica's surprise, as she thought over the words she wanted to speak, her heart began pounding.
Um,
If you won't mind, I'd like it if you call me by name.
huh?
Huh? Koroa's face went bright red, which only embarrassed Erica even more. Why would your face turn bright red if you called someone by their name? She must think it's weird. What have I done? As much as I try, I just can't act like a normal woman. Uh, okay. I didn't realize you cared about it that much. Sorry, Erica. Upon hearing her friend speak her name aloud for the first time, Erica's vision went white for a split second. Thank you. Oh, you needed something, didn't you? Actually, Koroa blushed and nervously fidgeted.
No way!
I just wanted to ask if you'd like to play some more of that RPG, the one we started together last week. Oh, But I guess it's kind of late. I forget that most people sleep around this time.
Come on.
I do usually sleep just about now, but I can make an exception for you. Besides, it might help me relax. Woohoo! Alright! After she skipped around for a bit, Kodoa grabbed Erica's hand and led her out the door. Ugh, these ogres hit way too hard. Do not fret, Sir Knight. It'll get easier after you've leveled up a bit. The difficult way always spikes like this when you move to a new era. Hmm, I see. How tricky. The boss is after the save point at the end of the next dungeon. So we have two areas to go before we have to worry about being underpowered. Still, we should stop at the next town and buy new equipment.
It's all on you.
You should always do that.
I'm lost.
Kodoa, I'm curious. Are you really okay with all of this happening? You never even had a choice. True, but I don't know. I really don't care. I'm even a little happy about it. Guess I was never much of a people person, or something. The teenager paused for a moment as she thought. I like being around you, though. I see. I'm glad to hear that, at least.
Were you worried?
What about you? I haven't heard you complain about this thing even once. It's only been a week, but this trip definitely hasn't been trouble-free.
I'm doing okay.
True, however, this past week has also been the most exciting time in my entire life. Besides, to be honest with you, I wasn't raised like a normal person. I left no one behind on Earth. There's simply no one for me to miss. I don't think I could ever bring myself to regret getting on this ship either way. Wait, you weren't raised like a normal child? What do you mean? I know, I said I didn't want to talk about this anymore today, but I guess this is an exception. Most Blossom children are either orphans or volunteered by their parents. I'm an exception. Rather, I was a test tube baby, raised with the sole purpose of fulfilling the whims of the ESC. In fact, I am even made up of the genetics of around 7 people rather than 2. Kodoa's eyes opened as widely as possible.
What exactly happened?
You have seen 7 biological parents? No, none of them are my parents, really. They're more like genetic donors. In a DNA test, I don't believe I would match with any of them to any meaningful extent. Sorry, guess I shouldn't have said anything about it. It's not something that particularly bothers me. No need to apologize. Um, I didn't want to talk about this either, but it's only fair, I think. I do have parents. I mean, you probably already knew that. My mom left my dad, and when I was about 5, after that, I started helping out dad in his garage, mostly because I couldn't be left alone at that age. But you know, I don't remember ever having any experiments done to me onto me, though. I don't know how I became a blossom, come to think of it. Sorry. What I said earlier wasn't entirely correct. Daughters of blossoms are also blossoms themselves. Your record said your mother was one. So, oh, I'm kind of glad to know they didn't offer me up for an experiment. I suppose you would be. Uh, Sorry. I guess you. Um, I'm going to shut up now. It's okay. My circumstances are special, I know. I won't be offended by anything you say about it. Promise. Before either of them could say another word, the door slid open and revealed Sarah.
Oh,
Sorry, I didn't realize it was set to auto open. I intended to knock
What's
first.
up?
Ha, it's okay. Come on in. What you need? Well, I heard you two playing a game. I don't suppose I could join. Huh? Really? Yes. Is that a problem? Not at all. I'm just surprised that you're interested in playing video games. It's not usually my thing, but my fiance used to play them, so I'm somewhat familiar with them.
Good job.
Ah, that makes sense. Anyways, of course you can join us. That's a silly question. Sarah took a seat between Kodoha and Erica. Why does it feel like Sarah's the third wheel here? I know I shouldn't think like this, but I can't help it. She turned to look at Kodoha, who looked equally confused and annoyed. At least I'm not the only one. Ah, well, the game will probably be more fun with a third player. Anyway.
huh?
Ah, that was a lot harder than I expected. Who would have thought video games could be so challenging? He made it look so easy, too. It doesn't help that you only started after we've already finished a few areas. The later in the game you are, the harder the enemies and challenges are. Yes, quite frankly, I believe you're actually doing better than I did at first. We started from the beginning, but I was still stressed out and exhausted by it. Yep, she really sucked at first.
Kotoha?
Hey, that's harsh. I did try my best, you know.
Good job.
I can't stop teasing you, though. You're so cute when you squirm around. Thanks, guys. I feel a bit better now. When Erica stepped out of her bedroom, she was surprised to immediately have found Sarah leaning against the wall.
What's the situation?
Sarah, what's wrong? Do you need help? I don't know. My head feels really hot and dizzy. My legs are shaky too. Ah. Erica rushed over to Sarah and pulled one of Sarah's arms over her shoulder. You must have overexerted yourself. You look like you're running a fever. For a small moment, she laid a hand against the doctor's forehead. Yeah, that's definitely a fever. You shouldn't be up and about. I'll take you back to your bedroom. Don't worry, I'll take care of you for today. You can just focus on resting. What? But I'm the doctor here.
No.
Forget about that for today, okay? If you make it any worse, who knows what'll happen. If there's an emergency, we can't have you passing out midway through. In the end, Sarah decided not to resist, and Erica dragged her companion back towards her bedroom. Overall, you don't seem to be too bad. I didn't find any swelling anywhere. You don't seem to have any breathing problems either. I imagine that this will be the worst of it. I think you'll be fine by tomorrow. Well, not that I have your knowledge, but still.
Thank you.
Good to know. And thanks for everything, Erica. I appreciate it. No problem. I'll stay here with you for the rest of the day. It wouldn't be good if you tried to move around too much. I see. Thanks again.
Yes.
Of course. She's fast asleep already. Didn't even get to eat breakfast. What'd she do? Sleep on the floor? There's nobody in the bed. Oh well, I'll just make sure that she eats a proper lunch and supper later.
Hello.
Oh, Koroha, hello. Grabbing lunch?
What's going on?
That's right. I'm just glad there were leftovers. I hate cooking, you know. Ha. Well, at least you're honest about it. Koroha placed a finger against the tip of her chin and leaned towards Erica, her eyes filled with curiosity. By the way, where have you been all day? Haven't seen Sarah yet either. Good question. Actually, when I woke up this morning, I found her nearly passed out in the hallway. I've been taking care of her since then. It isn't anything serious, just a bad reaction to stress, most likely. She should be fine by tomorrow. So that's what happened. Koroa pouted. You should have told me. I would have helped you out.
Kotoha.
Sorry, it's a one-person job. I don't want to get you involved unnecessarily in case it did turn out to be infectious.
Huh?
Is that really all? Huh? Yes, it is. Why do you ask? I just don't want to be left out. The young woman shuffled her arms in front of herself and fidgeted uncomfortably. Kotoha, are you jealous? Yeah, I am. I can't help it. Last night it felt like Sarah was trying to get between us.
No.
I agreed that it did feel that way, kind of. But you know, she's also a passenger on the ship. It would be wrong of us to exclude her from everything.
Uh-huh.
I guess you're right. I don't know what's gotten into me lately. Hey, why don't I help you take care of her? I don't really want to be alone today, and I won't do anything creepy to her. I promise. Haha. Well, as long as you don't do anything creepy to her, then. What's this creepy thing? Koroa, with blank eyes, stared at Sarah as she slept.
Erica!
Why are we hanging out in here if she isn't even awake?
That's correct.
In case she wakes up and needs anything, of course. We can't have her moving around unnecessarily. She needs to conserve her energy. Really? Kinda seems like a waste of time to me. I disagree. I could bring over my game system. We could play it while we wait. I don't think that's a good idea. The brightness of the screen and the sound could wake her up. She could play too. I'm not sure if that would be a good idea right now. This is so boring. You don't have to stay here. I'd be bored without you. Well, if I say you don't have to stay here, she'll get all jealous and stomp out of the room and kick things around and I'd be bored without you. That would make her feel good. So I'd be bored without you.
I'm grateful.
It is sort of boring. I'd be a lot more bored if you weren't here with me, though. So thank you.
This is the best!
Well, when you put it that way, it's my pleasure. Hey, Erica. You want to leave? It's okay, don't worry about it. I appreciate that you stayed as long as you did. Not that. Oh?
No way!
How would you feel if I told you I liked you? Okay. Huh.
Come on.
Happy, of course. I like you too, Koroa. That isn't what I meant. I really like you. No, I'm just trying to tone it down for the sake of my own embarrassment.
I love you.
I'm in love with you, Erica. Oh, shit. Here we go. The former captain was filled with many confusing, tempestuous emotions. So many, in fact, that she could not discern them. After a pause, Coda opened her mouth to speak once again. I'm sorry. You don't have to say anything about it right now. I'm sure it's too soon for you to feel anything like that towards me. So, I, I see. So that's how it is. Still, you can't just act jealous like this. All three of us have to cohabit together for the rest of our lives, nonetheless. The young woman looked at Erica with large eyes as if she had come to a conclusion. Hee okay. Damn. Without another word, she skipped out the door. Does she know that I like her back? Did she really get that from just what I said? More perceptive than I thought. Sarah tossed and turned on her bed before she opened her eyes and settled on facing Erica.
Huh?
Hum? Was Kurohai here earlier? Or did I just imagine it?
Indeed.
Ah, yes, she was here. She left about an hour ago, though. Geez, guess my perception of time is going. I must be getting old. Ha! Still, guess the kid isn't ready to handle any really sort of responsibility yet. We were both probably like that at her age. I think she's doing quite well considering. Well, whatever. I can't blame her for it. I really hope it was just the stress that got her. If not, I'll really be in for it if I get sick too. I hate colds. All right, everybody, day 10 morning. We're going to end it right here. So if you like this episode, go ahead and subscribe. Ring that ding-a-ling, tickle that like button, throw down a bunch of comments. And as always, stay awesome and sexy. And I'll see you all tomorrow.